Okay, today we're going to be talking about Villa versus Southampton. This is going to be the preview for this game on Friday night / Saturday morning. It's a bit of a different time. Obviously, last week I did a video for Brentford preview. Obviously, that game doesn't matter now because obviously the postponement. It would have affected this preview, but now obviously we have to switch it up and completely forget that that game even could have happened. So every team's got, a week off. Be interesting to see, especially a team like Villa who are struggling, to see if they will come up with something, really. To be fair, the game against City, a point's a great point against City, really. At the end of the day, any team that's not in the top four would love a point against City. Really, they are just an unstoppable force. And so I think they will gain a bit of confidence from that, and they will gain a bit more chemistry and a bit more, as I said, a bit more confidence. So it'll be interesting to see. Obviously, we're coming off a loss against Wolves, a frustrating loss at that, because obviously we really should have at least drawn. Probably should have won. If Adams could just, not handball it with a tap in would be good. But this game will be interesting. I don't think... we did win against Villa a few years ago, didn't we? I'm not too good on the records against Villa. But it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Obviously, another week for Southampton to sort of build the chemistry with all the new boys and all that. It'll be interesting to see what he does, who he plays. Aduzi could start, He really could have impressed him in training. He obviously impressed us against Wolves. So it's going to be an interesting watch. I'm saying interesting too much. Obviously, Villa are struggling, okay? 5 goals, 6 games, not the best. Now, obviously, their point against Man City is good. It's really the question for Villa is Gerrard worth the time? Because obviously every manager needs time to build, construct a team, get his playing style, get the culture around what he wants to play, his philosophy, whatnot. But is Gerrard worth that, is the question. Because he's been there, I don't know how long, maybe 7, 8 months, maybe 9. I'm not exactly sure when he first joined. I think it was halfway through the season maybe. And he's had a window now. I don't think you've brought in a ton of players, but you've brought in a few players. Now's the time, really. He's not producing as much as he should, really, because they do, on paper, have a very good team. So it really is the question, as I said before, is he worth the time? I know Villa fans, I'm pretty sure, don't rate him at all. So it will be interesting. Obviously, one win against Everton, who also suck, and then a draw against City, which obviously a good result. So it'll be interesting to see how they really go for this. Another week for them, obviously, to prepare as well. So it's going to be a tough game to predict, actually, because Southampton, obviously, as I said before, don't have a good record playing against teams that are struggling. Obviously, we've come off our loss as well. Maybe there was bounce-back material against Brentford at home, but obviously that's now gone, and now we're on the road again. Might be a bit more difficult than we were expecting. I'll be honest, I haven't watched Villa play. I think I watched half the game against Everton way back when. I'm not going to sit here and claim I'm an expert on how they play and how they're doing. Really, all I'm doing is just judging for what I've seen, results, how they've been portrayed by the fans and whatnot. And the fans don't seem happy. Obviously, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. Like Southampton fans have people crying every 2 seconds and whatnot. But you just got to take it at face value that Villa fans aren't happy, really. And is that Gerrard? Is that the team? Who knows? I guess we'll find out. But Southampton, we may have lost last week, but we are playing well. And it is a good confidence booster, beating Chelsea, good win at Leicester. It's definitely going to increase the chemistry between the players and getting the players well gelled, used to the tactics and whatnot. But I am interested to see because we do have some good depth in the team. And it's actually hard to see. Obviously, he has his favourites, but if I was to say, okay, this is the 11 I want, it'd be difficult. The only certain thing I'd have is the defence, really. Maybe the midfield at a stretch because Lavia's not fit. But the attack-wise, the wing, the up front, we have so many options. So it's going to be interesting to see how he goes, really, which way he goes. Are we going to play the 4-2-3-1, the 4-3-3? I would expect to play the 4-3-3 because away from home, we don't want to be too overly aggressive and then get caught out on counters early. So I'd say we'd probably want a 4-3-3, a bit more balanced in attack and defence, and probably, because we don't really play counter too well. Obviously, we can counter, but I think we are transitioning into a more of a slow build-up sort of team with the ability to counter when we need to. But I think 4-3-3 will be the system we go for. I'd prefer Elanusi not to play ever again. Nah, it's a bit harsh. But just not play because he doesn't really provide what I believe a player like Armstrong would or Aribo would on the wing, you know? He just seems very, like, I think he's probably picked because he's defensively better. Fine. But then he is a winger. And if we're playing a 4-2-3-1 especially, we want more wingers that can create, not so much wingers that can defend, you know? But if we're playing the 4-4-2, for example, then you do want wingers who defend. So it's really depending on what system we choose. But I would prefer not to have Elanusi. I'd rather play Armstrong. I'd rather even play Aduzi, even though he's probably not even ready to play a full 90 in terms of tactics, not in terms of fitness. And obviously Adams has to play. You know, he missed the sitter, fine. He missed the sitter. He's missed a few sitters in his time. But he is our best striker. You know, I don't believe Mara's 100% fit or tactically ready. But he's definitely going to be a good player. I think Armstrong will probably stay on the left, even though I'm a bit iffy about that, because Armstrong obviously naturally is a 9. So it is a bit iffy when he plays on the wing, but he has been playing decently well. So I'm not going to complain about that. Obviously, in a few weeks' time, when as I said, the players getting into the fitness, used to the tactics, used to the system, getting the chemistry up, I think they will start to change. I think probably from what I've seen, Aduzi would probably start. He's definitely got a bit of X factor, a bit of flair. So he'd be a fucking handful on the wing for sure. So predictions. So for this game, do I be confident? That's the question. Villa struggling, Southampton in a good area. That bodes poorly for us, really. Probably lose. I'm going to be confident, though. I did predict us to beat Chelsea, and then obviously we lost to Wolves, which didn't bloody help. I'm going to go for a 2-1 Southampton. I think Adams will score, maybe a Rebo. Obviously, it's difficult. It is difficult because we're not very consistent, are we? We're really not. We go, play a brilliant game against Chelsea, and then get a really frustrating loss against Wolves. Even though we didn't play bad, it was a frustrating loss because we could have easily got a point or 2 or 3 because you can't get 2 points. But that is my prediction, whatnot, for this game. It's my preview. Obviously, I'll be live on this channel 5 minutes before kickoff or 10 minutes before kickoff. So if you want to join us for the watch along, it'll be on this channel. So just be there. If you want to. Like, subscribe if you enjoyed. There'll be a predictions video out tomorrow. Just a quick summary of the games this week. Because I think there's only 7 off memory. So it'll be a shorter one. But yeah, like, subscribe if you enjoyed. And I'll see you next time.